Hey, Shalice and Bruce. Thought this might be easier for me to just record this because I know you guys are both on the go. Everybody's schedule is everywhere, so you can watch this whenever you get ready to. All right, so the first question is about the product shots. There are roughly 15 products. So what I'm going to do is iron all of the shirts, if they are shirts, iron them all, shoot them, edit them, and I will upload them to the site. The total for everything is 275 on that. The other question Shalise asked me about was pertaining to kind of like the look and feel of the site. Um, the first question I would have really is I need to find out what theme this is to know what capabilities this theme has. In order for me to see that, I just need a username and password to log on to the back end and see what theme this is. One of the first things I would say about this is the product shots. They definitely look good. It's a great representation of what the product is. I would say that this brand to me has um, more of a lifestyle to it, and I think that lifestyle is what's missing from the actual apparel. And what I mean by that is this is an example of another Shopify theme I'm going to show you in a moment. But I would like kind of like to see not necessarily models, but maybe at the different events, maybe we have people that have are wearing some of the apparel, or maybe it's something where one of a good friend of yours or a good partner of the organization is willing to put on one of the apparel outfits, and maybe you're not at an event, maybe you're in Little Five Points, or maybe you're downtown. You know, it's a local scene in Atlanta somewhere, but just giving something to give that lifestyle effect to the apparel items, as opposed to just the image of the apparel itself. And sometimes I think those will invoke uh, help a person make that decision, purchasing decision. It also gives you content to put on your social media. It looks like for some reason Instagram is not pulling anything, but I see Twitter is running. Um, Taking those lifestyle shots and images and putting them on to your Twitter and your Instagram profiles, I think would help drive some traffic back to the site. Someone that sees a person out in the street wearing, a photograph of them seeing someone out in public wearing the apparel, I think could go a long way. So let me jump back over here, and I'm going to show you some themes that I do like the way that they kind of feel and move around. Um, this one has a good feel to it. Big product shot at when you first get there. Let me kill this. Hold on. All right. So big product shot when you get there. It's got a little movement to the image, which kind of helps play with your eye a little bit. Um, you don't have a whole lot of categories with yours. I think it was just the three categories. Is it two or three categories? Yeah, hats, shirts, and mugs. Or well, the mugs doesn't have one, but so t-shirts and hats right now. Um, I'm not sure what you have new, so maybe it's broken up into female shirts or something like that. Okay, this is pared down from the last time. I see we don't have strictly just female shirts on here. So the categories, maybe you won't need the categories. Um, but I do like the lifestyle shot that leads into um, the products. So something that kind of speaks to the lifestyle, and then what the product shots are. Um, so this is just a different Shopify theme. I'll show you one other Shopify theme that I kind of like the feel of. This one allows you to have the multiple header images, so that's a good effect there. And I think one of your main things that you were speaking about was adding new product images, not product images, but header images as different things change. Maybe you have a show coming up and you want to bring attention to a particular item, or maybe there's a sale going on or something like that. So changing that image up is definitely makes the site feel less stagnant. Like some kind of activity is going on with it. Um, these little images here, I think they're pretty cool. It also helps the site look alive. Um, so I believe one of the questions Shalice had was, what would it take to update the site? So in order for me to answer that, one of the first things I would like for you to do, Bruce, is to give me an idea of what it is you're actually looking for, and doing that by way of some of the maybe example sites. What do you like the look and feel of? What is that thing that you feel is going to get it to be or do what you want it to do? Um, for I, I'm going to give you two directions on this for myself. I've seen some pretty hideous sites that are extremely popular and I think that they get popular, number one, from their social media channels, and then two, people really like the products themselves, and they can get away with having a less than uh, great site. On the reverse side of that, I've seen people that have spent a ton of money on their websites, but they still get no traffic to them. So what I would suggest really is or I would say more of a question: have you spent any money on advertising, whether it be like a Google ad or a Facebook ad, to drive traffic back to the site? If yes, what was the result of that? Did you get any traction from it? If no, I think that that's definitely one arena that I would invest in is running some ads to help drive traffic to the site. As far as creating these header images, I'm I'm not sure how often you are thinking about changing that up, but I'll give you a for instance on something. I do work for South Fulton Chamber of Commerce. Let's see if I got that right. All right, so what they pay 85 bucks a month, and basically what I do for them is update these header images here, depending on whatever the event is. Along with these header images, it links to the actual event on their site, so they have like an event calendar. So I'm updating their header images, and I'm updating the event that actually links to it. And that's 85 bucks a month. So as a for instance for you, let's say we're in that ballpark of 85 a month, what I would be doing is updating a header image and basically anything that's not a functionality, any updates, whether it be a post or something like that. So that basically is about 6 hours worth of work for $85 a month. Um, and that's kind of like the maintenance package. And I can send you an email with everything that does cover. Um, so just to recap real quick, Bruce, I'm going to send these links to you of these two Shopify themes that I like the look and feel of. You can kind of look at those and compare them with what yours looks like. I would like to get a username and password to see what theme you're using so that I can see what the designer of that theme actually had in mind with what features they put on there, because I'm sure there's some features on here that are probably not being utilized right now. Um, so before we jump to say, hey, let's go with a different theme, what actually is here that's not being used? So take a look at these though and see what you do like about them. Take a look at some of your competition or other people's websites in general. It doesn't even have to be a Shopify site. Just trying to get an idea of what you do like. Um, I think I've covered everything. If there's still some questions, guys, give me a ring back. So along with this video, I'll type up some information in the email. All right, have a good one. Bye bye.